Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Timely Action Hour podcast. This is the show where we talk about everything from The Incredible Hulk to Star Wars and The Lord of the Rings and everything in between. I'm your host, Aiden. This is episode 19, The Many Personalities of the Incredible Hulk. Short disclaimer before we get into this episode. I am not a medical professional, so do not take any advice I may give to heart. Please take it with a grain of salt. I am just explaining a comic book character's affliction, and I hope you enjoy this episode. So, getting into this, the Incredible Hulk first appeared in The Incredible Hulk #1 back in 1962, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and he has been a founding member of the Avengers and the Defenders, and he has been a long-standing fan favorite comic book character. He's one of my personal favorites. And I was just interested in talking about this because I think it was about the 1980s or 90s when it was revealed that the Hulk has many personalities. So I just wanted to explain them and list them for you. So the the first personality is that of Dr. Robert Bruce Banner. And Dr. Banner was a brilliant scientist who was developing a gamma bomb for the United States Army. And he was working with this man, and whose name I forget. I do apologize. But they were developing this nuclear weapon for the U.S. Army to fight the Soviets because it was 1962, and that was what was going on at the time. And Bruce sees this teenager named Rick Jones wander into the test area, and he's strumming on his guitar, having a grand old time out in the desert. And Bruce goes and to tell the kid to beat it, and his lab assistant sabotages the experiment because, as it turns out, he is a Russian spy, and so he sabotages it and sets the bomb off. And Bruce pushes Rick out of the way, and he is bombarded by gamma radiation, and he's knocked out, and he's not doing so well. But then he recovers, and then at that night he becomes the Incredible Hulk. And this is the Grey Hulk, first appearing in issue #1 of the series. And so the Grey Hulk is about 7 feet tall, and he's super strong, and he's very intelligent and sadistic, very cold-hearted, and he goes on his adventure, and then when the sun comes up, he turns back into Bruce Banner. And that was what was originally established. But then in issue #2, they decided to go a different route and make the Hulk green instead of gray. And this is the start of what is known as the Savage Hulk. As I said, first appearing in issue #2. And the Savage Hulk is the one that we all know and love. So Savage Hulk is the one that you see Lou Ferrigno play in the 1970s TV show. You see that as the founding member of the Avengers and the Defenders. And he's the Jolly Green Giant we all know. Then, many issues later, in the Incredible Hulk issue #299, we get the Mindless Hulk. And the Mindless Hulk was a result of fellow Defender Doctor Strange casting a spell to separate the Hulk and Bruce Banner. And as a result, the Hulk has no mind of his own, and he's just a savage beast, and he goes on mindless rampages. And eventually Bruce becomes ill without the Hulk, and he's dying, and so they have to put him back together. Then in issue 376 of the Incredible Hulk, we get Professor Hulk, who you see in the movie Avengers Endgame. Only he is more cool in the comics. But Professor Hulk has the strength and height of the Savage Hulk, who's taller and stronger than the Grey Hulk, but the mind of Bruce Banner. So it's the best of both worlds. And he was a long-standing part of the status quo throughout the 1990s. You see him in the Infinity Gauntlet series and Infinity War, I believe, as well. And Professor Hulk is pretty cool. And then for the sixth personality, we have the Maestro, who is from the series Future Imperfect, which I did a review of on my YouTube channel, the National Timely Action Hour, on youtube.com, and I'll leave a link to that. And the Maestro came about when there was a nuclear war, and at this time he was Professor Hulk, and he absorbed more radiation, and so he became stronger and smarter and much more sadistic than the Grey Hulk and more savage than the mindless Hulk, while still retaining the mind of Bruce Banner. So it's a horrifying, idea that the Hulk can be so strong, so smart, and so evil. And it's a great story. I definitely recommend that you read it, and please watch my review of it. And it's a fun story. I guarantee you that. So then we go to the seventh personality, which first appeared in the Incredible Hulk issue 425, and that is Savage Banner. It's basically Savage Hulk, but Uno reverse, so it's Bruce Banner. It's very interesting. Then the eighth personality we have is the World Breaker, and that first appeared in the Incredible Hulk Volume 2, issue number 92. And this is the Hulk we see in Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. Two really great stories written by Greg Pak. And World War Hulk was drawn by John Romita Jr. I'm a big fan of his artwork. I don't remember the name of the artist who worked on Planet Hulk, but he's a good artist too. But World Breaker Hulk is a lot stronger than the Savage Hulk, and he and Bruce Banner have this deal where he takes a back seat and the Hulk drives, and he is much more powerful than than most of the Hulks, but he's pretty cool. Then at number 9 we have Doc Green, who first appeared in Hulk Volume 3, number 5. I don't know that much about Doc Green, but it's heavily implied that he becomes the Maestro. Then for the final personality, number 10, we have the Immortal Hulk, which is a more recent creation, and he first appeared in the Immortal Hulk issue number 1. And we go back to sort of the horror aspect of it, so whenever Bruce Banner dies, the Hulk rises. So it's very interesting. I haven't read the entire series, but I definitely recommend it. It's great. And those are all the many personalities of the Incredible Hulk, aka Dr. Robert Bruce Banner, or just Bruce Banner. But, yeah, the Hulk is a very interesting character, and Bruce Banner suffers from multiple personality disorders that was brought on by his abusive father. And if you or someone you know is an abused child, I would definitely recommend that you notify the authorities to help them get out of that situation, get them help. And if you are suffering from a similar affliction, then again, seek out help. But thank you so much for listening to this episode. I had a fun time putting it all together, and I hope you have had a fun time listening. So thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day. Bye.